is SJ from DIYFilmProduction.com. Today I'll be giving a short tutorial on Motion 5, just sort of a review on what it is and what you can kind of accomplish with it without going into too much detail. So when you open up Motion 5, this is the window you're first presented with. It's called the Project Browser. It allows you to select different types of projects that you can work on in Motion 5. We're going to start with a basic motion project just to get ourselves orientated with the interface. We're going to leave it at the preset Broadcast HD 1080. The frame rate we're going to leave at 29.97 frames per second, and the duration is just going to be 300 frames. We're going to go ahead and hit Open here. This is the window that you're presented with when you open it up. You have your file browser here, which lets you access all the files on your computer. You have your library here, which lets you access various effects that Motion 5 has pre-built in. This is the inspector, which lets you play around with the specifics of the various effects, modifying various parameters of the effects. Here you have your layers, here you have your canvas, and here you have your timeline. Those of you familiar with Final Cut Pro, you'd be familiar with the canvas, which lets you preview your work, and the timeline, which is where you can see sort of the breakdown of where various media comes in and out as time goes on. Basically, Motion 5 is pretty simple to use. It's a very user-friendly interface. Here you have some controls for adding text, for example. Here's your pointer. Here's your you can add a camera from here. So if you wanted to do some panning around text or something like that, you would use the camera. Here you have a light. You can add a light, which will allow you to basically have various levels of illumination on various parts of your project. This is where you can add some generators such as lens flare or noise, anything like that. These are your behaviors, which you can also access in the library. So you can add a framing effect to your camera or a sweep. Here's your heads-up display, which basically, for this light, for example, it lets you modify the color, the type of light that it is, its placement, and its some parameters, some basic parameters. Similarly, in the inspector, you can modify those same parameters, but also much more. For example, behaviors and properties. Properties you can transform specifically pixel by pixel where the light is located and shining, or its timing as well. Another interesting feature in Motion 5 is this record button here, which lets you record in real time various aspects of your project. So as the frames go on, you can go here and change the position of your light or something like that. So for example, let's get rid of this light and let's get rid of this camera. Let's stop recording and go back to the beginning. Something to illustrate this record, let's just add a line of text here. And let's just go ahead, choose our pointer again, and record some basic animation for this text. For example, we can make the text increase in size, maybe not that much. We can make it transform, so we can make its opacity go down over time. We can also make it transform as far as side-to-side motion goes, or vertical, or even in 3D for that matter. So let's stop recording and let's take a look at what happened here. You can see it's increasing in size. If you observe carefully, you can also notice its opacity is going down. And at the same time it's increasing in size, it's also moving to the left. As you can see, this record tool could be very useful for various parts of your project. If you notice the introduction, the DIY film production logo at the beginning of this video, that was done in Motion 5. And in future tutorials, I'll be able to show you how to achieve effects like that and much more as well. Thanks for listening. This is SJ from the DIY Film Production. Please visit the website for more information, reviews, tutorials, tips, and other content. Thank you.